Hello, everyone, and a huge welcome back to the Book of Motivation channel. Today, I want to open up about something that didn't just tweak my life a little bit, no, it utterly, fundamentally transformed it. And guess what? This same powerful force has the potential to absolutely revolutionize yours too. We're not talking about a sudden influx of cash, some stroke of incredible luck, or deciphering a mysterious billionaire code that only a select few are privy to. What I'm talking about, my friends, is far more fundamental, far more universal, and paradoxically, often the most overlooked asset we possess. Time. Yes, you heard me right. Time. Just think about it for a moment. It's the one truly democratic resource in the entire world. Every single one of us, without exception, gets an identical helping of it every single day. Doesn't matter if you're a multi-billionaire tech titan or someone just starting out. It doesn't matter if you're a certified genius or still figuring things out. Rich people, poor people, incredibly intelligent people, and those who are, well, perhaps not quite as sharp, we all, without fail, wake up to a fresh 24 hours. That's a level playing field you just don't find anywhere else. Why time is life's greatest equalizer, but here's where the fascinating, almost comical, part of time's role as life's greatest equalizer comes into play. We all have those same 24 hours, don't we? Yet, observe what happens. Some individuals, with that identical allocation of minutes and seconds, manage to use their time in ways that lead to extraordinary outcomes. They spend their 24 hours diligently working towards becoming significantly richer, consciously striving to become demonstrably healthier, relentlessly pursuing knowledge to become undeniably smarter, and pushing their physical limits to become remarkably stronger. They're building empires, innovating, pushing boundaries, and truly shaping their destinies. And then there's the other side of the coin. Other individuals, with that very same 24-hour gift, might find themselves spending that precious, non-renewable resource on, let's say, scrolling endlessly through social media feeds, perhaps watching countless videos of cats playing the piano, or as I've often seen, literally learning how to concoct a bizarre noodle dish, using firecrackers on TikTok. I mean, seriously, what are you doing with your time, my friend? What are you truly accomplishing when those hours tick by? So, today, right here, right now, I want to pose a question to each and every one of you. It's a simple question on the surface, but its implications are profoundly powerful, capable of shaking you to your core if you let it. Are you genuinely spending your invaluable time to cultivate, improve, and elevate yourself, making you better, stronger, and more capable? Or are you, perhaps unknowingly, spending your precious time to make someone else's company richer, someone else's dream a reality, someone else's platform more powerful, while you, your skills, your potential, and your circumstances remain exactly the same? It's a critical distinction, isn't it? Let's dive deeper into this. Hello, everyone, and a huge welcome back to the Book of Motivation channel. Today, I want to open up about something that didn't just tweak my life a little bit, no, it utterly, fundamentally transformed it. And guess what? This same powerful force has the potential to absolutely revolutionize yours too. We're not talking about a sudden influx of cash, some stroke of incredible luck, or deciphering a mysterious billionaire code that only a select few are privy to. What I'm talking about, my friends, is far more fundamental, far more universal, and paradoxically, often the most overlooked asset we possess. Time. Yes, you heard me right. Time. Just think about it for a moment. It's the one truly democratic resource in the entire world. Every single one of us, without exception, gets an identical helping of it every single day. Doesn't matter if you're a multi-billionaire tech titan or someone just starting out. It doesn't matter if you're a certified genius or still figuring things out. Rich people, poor people, incredibly intelligent people, and those who are, well, perhaps not quite as sharp, we all, without fail, wake up to a fresh 24 hours. That's a level playing field you just don't find anywhere else. Why time is life's greatest equalizer, but here's where the fascinating, almost comical, part of time's role as life's greatest equalizer comes into play. We all have those same 24 hours, don't we? Yet, observe what happens. Some individuals, with that identical allocation of minutes and seconds, manage to use their time in ways that lead to extraordinary outcomes. They spend their 24 hours diligently working towards becoming significantly richer, consciously striving to become demonstrably healthier, relentlessly pursuing knowledge to become undeniably smarter, and pushing their physical limits to become remarkably stronger. They're building empires, innovating, pushing boundaries, and truly shaping their destinies. And then there's the other side of the coin. Other individuals, with that very same 24-hour gift, might find themselves spending that precious, non-renewable resource on, let's say, scrolling endlessly through social media feeds, perhaps watching countless videos of cats playing the piano, or as I've often seen, literally learning how to concoct a bizarre noodle dish, using firecrackers on TikTok. I mean, seriously, what are you doing with your time, my friend? What are you truly accomplishing when those hours tick by? So, today, right here, right now, I want to pose a question to each and every one of you. It's a simple question on the surface, but its implications are profoundly powerful, capable of shaking you to your core if you let it. Are you genuinely spending your invaluable time to cultivate, improve, and elevate yourself, making you better, stronger, and more capable? Or are you, perhaps unknowingly, spending your precious time to make someone else's company richer, someone else's dream a reality, someone else's platform more powerful, while you, your skills, your potential, and your circumstances remain exactly the same? It's a critical distinction, isn't it? Let's dive deeper into this. Let me take you back to my own beginnings, to a time when I was incredibly young, and I mean very young. I genuinely had nothing. No family money, absolutely zero influential connections, and, perhaps most painfully, no stellar academic record. In fact, I failed so many times in school that I honestly thought the word fail was practically an inherent part of my name. I half joked that people would call me Jack Fail-Ma. It was a tough period, filled with constant setbacks and the gnawing feeling of inadequacy. But amidst all those perceived deficiencies, there was one singular, powerful thing I possessed: time. And it was during those early, struggling years that a profound realization hit me, a truth that resonated deep within my bones. If I didn't learn how to use my time wisely, with intention and purpose, I would perpetually remain poor. It was that simple, that stark. This isn't just my story, it's a universal truth. If you do not consciously, deliberately, and consistently dedicate your time to improving yourself, to acquiring new knowledge, honing your skills, building better habits, and expanding your capabilities, then you will, almost without exception, find yourself working for someone who does understand the profound value of self-improvement and actively invests their time in it. Let me reiterate that, because it's a point so crucial it deserves to be etched into your mind. If you do not learn how to spend time improving yourself, you will always work for someone who does. Now, to be clear, there's absolutely nothing inherently wrong with working for someone else. Millions of people have fulfilling careers and lives doing just that. But if what you truly crave is freedom, the freedom to make your own choices, to chart your own course, to control your own destiny, if you yearn for growth that transcends the ordinary, if you desire change that propels you beyond your current limitations, then there's an undeniable imperative. You must learn to respect your time with the same reverence you hold for money. In fact, let's take it a step further. You must respect your time even more than you respect money. Think about it logically. You can lose money, whether it's through a bad investment, an unexpected expense, or even just misplacing your wallet. But with effort, with new ideas, with perseverance, you can almost always find a way to earn that money back. Money is, to a degree, replaceable. But time is a different beast altogether. Once a moment has passed, once a minute has slipped by, once an hour is gone, boom, it's gone. Forever. You cannot rewind it. You can't hit Ctrl+Z on life. My friend, this isn't a digital document where you can undo your mistakes. Each second is a unique, irreplaceable gift, given to you only once. It often puzzles me when I hear many young people today utter phrases like, "Oh, I need work-life balance," Or I desperately need to rest, or I definitely need a vacation. I deserve it. And I think to myself, wait, hold on a second. What exactly are you trying to balance? Are you attempting to balance poverty with laziness? Are you trying to achieve equilibrium between aspiration and inaction? When I was in my 20s, and well into my 30s, the concept of balance was not even on my radar. I didn't have balance. I had an intense, burning sense of urgency every single day. I would look at myself in the mirror, perhaps after a long, exhausting day or before tackling another mountain of work, and tell myself, Jack, listen carefully. If you don't relentlessly strive to get better, if you don't commit to constant improvement, you will remain stuck. Absolutely no one is coming to rescue you. There's no magical fairy godmother hovering above, ready to shower you with money from the sky. No deus ex machina to suddenly solve all your problems. My only weapon, my sole instrument for progress was me. It was my mind, my evolving skills, and the powerful habits I painstakingly built day in and day out. Let me give you a slightly humorous, but deeply illustrative example. The 888 rule: sleep, work, and growth. A stark reality check. Imagine this common scenario. You're currently struggling financially, perhaps even broke, and you declare, this weekend, I'm going to totally relax. I'm going clubbing. I'm spending quality time with friends. I'm just going to enjoy life to the fullest. And there's nothing wrong with enjoying life. Mind you, however, at that very same moment, consider what others are doing. Jeff Bezos, for instance, is likely in his office, not kicking back, but deeply engrossed in reading complex books about quantum computing or the future of logistics. Elon Musk is probably immersed in videos and intricate blueprints discussing advanced rocket propulsion and the nuances of theoretical physics. Oprah Winfrey might be interviewing renowned psychologists, delving into the intricacies of human behavior and resilience, seeking to understand the human condition at a deeper level. Do you grasp what's truly happening here? While you are out, partying, celebrating, and perhaps momentarily escaping, they are preparing. They are investing their non-renewable time in learning, strategizing, innovating, and building. That, my friends, is a fundamental reason why they ascend to become billionaires and leaders of industry, while others might find themselves perpetually searching for free Wi-Fi at a Starbucks, wondering why their lives aren't changing. Again, please don't misunderstand me. Enjoy life, embrace joy, laughter, and connection. These are vital for a rich existence, but there's a crucial distinction. Don't over-celebrate your average life. Don't fall into the trap of constantly rewarding yourself for merely existing or for minimal effort. The real strategy for a successful future is to work hard now so you can truly rest, relax, and enjoy later on your own terms. The alternative, unfortunately, is to rest now and suffer the consequences later, when opportunities have passed you by and your potential remains untapped. Let me hit you with some more challenging, yet essential, questions. If your boss were to fire you today, completely unexpectedly, could you genuinely survive? Do you have the skills, the resources, the resilience to pivot and thrive? If Instagram or Facebook or whatever digital platform your business relies heavily on were to suddenly disappear tomorrow, would your business still exist? Would you still have a viable way to connect with customers and deliver value? If for some unthinkable reason, your university degree was suddenly revoked, erased from history, could you still bring tangible, undeniable value to the market? Could you still solve problems, create solutions, and contribute meaningfully? That, my friends, is the real question. You see, while school often provides you with a piece of paper, a certificate, a diploma, life itself couldn't care less about those certificates. Life, the real world, cares profoundly about skills. Think about it. If you genuinely know how to sell, truly understand persuasion and value creation, you will never be broke. You can always create demand and provide solutions. If you know how to write effectively, communicate clearly, and craft compelling narratives, you will always find a way to express yourself, to influence, to build. If you know how to think critically, solve complex problems, and innovate, you will always create value that others are willing to pay for. And here's the truly exhilarating part. The absolutely fantastic news in all of this: skills are fundamentally free to learn. We live in an age of unprecedented access to information. YouTube is a treasure trove of tutorials, completely free. Google is a vast library of knowledge, also free. Your local libraries offer an endless array of books and resources, all free. There are countless free courses, open source projects, and educational content available everywhere you look. The only things truly stopping you from acquiring these invaluable skills, from elevating your potential, are often a binge-watching session on Netflix and your rather intense, perhaps even addictive, relationship with TikTok, the danger of busy but not productive, and the escalator analogy every single time you catch yourself uttering the phrase, "I don't have time," I urge you, politely but firmly, to do one thing. Check your screen time. Be brutally honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. The truth is often uncomfortable, but necessary. More often than not, you're not genuinely tired. You're just distracted. You're consuming passively instead of creating actively. Here's a simple challenge, a small experiment for you. Make a commitment to spend just 1 hour a day learning something new. It doesn't have to be a monumental task. It could be learning a new word, a new concept, a new shortcut in a software program, or a snippet of a new skill. Just one focused hour. If you maintain that consistency, I guarantee you, in just 1 year, you will be demonstrably smarter, more capable, and more insightful than 99% of your friends. That's a powerful return on a very small, consistent investment. Let me be absolutely honest with you. The world is moving, and it's moving incredibly fast. We are in the midst of revolutionary shifts. Artificial intelligence is reshaping industries. Blockchain technology is transforming finance and data. Robotics are automating processes. And digital transformation is permeating every aspect of our lives. If you are not actively, consciously, and consistently growing, you are not simply staying in place. You are actively falling behind. Think of it like being on a downward moving escalator. If you just stand still, comfortable in your current position, the escalator itself is carrying you downwards, away from progress, away from opportunity. The only way to move upwards, to progress, to grow, is to actively climb. Every single day, even if your steps feel slow, even if your progress seems incremental. Consistent effort, no matter how small, always trumps sporadic bursts of intensity. One of my favorite sayings, a principle I live by, is this: success is not about giant leaps. It's about small, consistent steps taken every single day. You don't need to feel overwhelmed by the enormity of your goals. You don't need to read 50 books today. Just commit to reading 10 pages. You don't need to become a millionaire in 1 month. Just focus on saving $10 a day. You don't need to be perfect from the outset. Just be consistent. Consistency is the quiet engine of extraordinary results. This last point is incredibly important if you genuinely aspire to success. If you truly crave greatness, then you must stop chasing excitement and start embracing boredom. The real, lasting magic, the foundational work that builds empires and shapes futures, happens when absolutely no one is watching. It happens in the quiet moments of focused effort, far away from the applause and the spotlights. Time management for students and professionals. Embracing the boring. Do you honestly believe I became successful by doing thrilling, exhilarating things every single day? Absolutely not. The vast majority of my success, the true bedrock of my achievements, came from diligently, persistently, and yes, often boringly doing the same foundational tasks again and again. This included things like writing countless emails, often late into the night, diligent, repetitive learning of English vocabulary until it became second nature, plowing through dense business books, extracting key insights, practicing presentations in front of a mirror, refining every gesture and word until it felt natural, a truly tedious process. These were, by all accounts, very boring activities, but they were also profoundly, undeniably necessary. Here's the core paradox: if you can master the discipline to consistently do the boring, foundational things, your life will eventually become incredibly exciting. But if you constantly chase only the exciting, the immediately gratifying activities, your life, ironically, will eventually become quite boring, stagnant, unfulfilled, and lacking true purpose. That's a big, big difference. Some of you might be thinking, but Jack, I'm just not a morning person, or I do my best work at night. Let me tell you this blunt truth. Success doesn't care if you're a morning person or a night owl. It really doesn't. But discipline does. If you wake up every single day with no clear plan, no defined goal, no commitment to learning or improvement, you are not truly living. You are simply existing. You are drifting. I always tell young people this. Wake up before your excuses due. If your excuse, your inner voice of procrastination, usually kicks in at 8 a.m., then you need to be wide awake, alert, and engaged by 7:30 a.m. If your laziness starts whispering sweet nothings in your ear at 9 a.m., you need to shut it down firmly by 8 a.m. Show your mind who is the boss. If you genuinely desire a better life, a life of significance and achievement, you must be prepared to fight for it every single day. Success isn't handed out on a silver platter. It is earned. It's earned with consistent habits, with the sweat of effort, and sometimes, yes, with the pain of pushing through discomfort and failure. The power of your circle. Who are your friends now? Take a moment to look around you. Observe your immediate circle. Who are your friends? What are the common topics of conversation within your group? Are they passionately discussing potential investments, new business ideas, and opportunities for growth? Or are they primarily engaged in idle gossip, complaining about circumstances, or endlessly criticizing others? Are they actively pushing you to grow, to challenge yourself, to reach for higher ground? Or are they inadvertently pulling you down, anchoring you to a comfortable, unchallenging mediocrity? If your immediate circle, your close friends, are not actively contributing to your growth, if they're not elevating your mindset and inspiring you to be better, then I'm afraid to tell you, my friend, that your circle has become your cage. It's a comfortable cage, perhaps, but a cage nonetheless, limiting your potential. And here's a subtle but powerful trick for managing this. You don't have to be rude or confrontational. You just need to be busy, genuinely, authentically busy, with your own growth. When they inevitably say, "Hey, let's hang out tonight," you can politely but firmly respond, "Sorry, I'm busy. I'm learning Python." When they suggest, "Let's go for drinks after work," you can respond, "No thanks. I'm attending a crucial webinar on market trends." They might laugh now. They might tease you for being boring or too serious. But I promise you, in 5 years' time, when you've built something extraordinary, when you've transformed your life, they will be the ones asking, "How did you become so successful? What was your secret?" And your answer will be simple, yet profound. "Remember all those times I was busy. That's how." Motivation versus discipline. The daily practice of motivation. That fleeting burst of enthusiasm is wonderful when it strikes, but it's like a shower. You need it daily, but its effects don't last. It washes over you and then fades. Discipline, however, is entirely different. Discipline is like a muscle. You build it slowly, consistently, over time, through repeated effort, and once built, it stays strong. It becomes an intrinsic part of who you are, enabling you to act even when motivation is nowhere to be found. Do you honestly believe I was motivated every single day when I first started Alibaba? Absolutely no way. There were countless days when I was scared, utterly confused, frustrated, and yes, still completely broke. But what I did have, what carried me through, was discipline. I woke up, even when I didn't want to. I worked, even when the task felt impossible. I failed repeatedly. But I got back up, and I repeated that cycle day after painstaking day.